This footnote's about how the movie Labyrinth gave me penis envy.
Say more immediately.
So I didn't used to like David Bowie,
That's
which
Get
is
out right
a
now.
problem, because David Bowie is awesome.
oh, I miss him so much.
And one of my partner's proudest achievements is getting me on board the David Bowie train before he passed. It wasn't long before he passed, but he was just like, no, you're wrong. David Bowie's awesome, and made me realize it. And I came to the realization I had issues with him because he didn't give a fuck about how he presented himself in a gender stereotypical way. But a big one was that codpiece in Labyrinth. Just shoving his penis all around my face with his non-gender specific hotness and just kind of jealousy burning inside me. And I'm just like, oh, it's just, what's the deal with this? He's some weird goblin king kidnapping babies with his giant codpiece. What's going on? And like, yeah, the movie's weird. The whole kidnapping the baby.
How dare he?
It's a bit weird, but also a good movie. And that codpiece just could not keep my eyes off of it.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's many a person's favorite movies. I mean, I just love the puppetry too, and any of Jim Henson stuff.
And the music in that movie.
Oh yeah, very catchy.
Your eyes can be so cruel, just as I can be so cruel.
Yeah. So, at least through that, I'm very glad that my partner was able to let me realize that David Bowie is awesome. And now looking further, he's like amazing ally for all sorts of folk. I'm sure if he was still alive today, he would be smacking down the transphobes left, right, and centre.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, we've got to take it on alone. Just with his awesome gender fuckery behind us to show that you don't have to comply with gender norms to be yourself. And like, I don't think he identified as genderqueer in any way. Just didn't give a shit about it, which kind of sets the stage for, look, it's not just about gender identity. Give up on forcing people to comply with stereotypes.
Yeah. I would love to experience David Bowie in a post-2020 world. Just to get his take on everything that came up, especially like with Black Lives Matter and the whole culture of having more of an awareness of social justice issues.
Yeah.
Like, he's got such a long history of commenting on those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And now a lot of like really shitty voices have taken over those conversations, and it's like, oh,
Particularly in Britain, like there's a lot of very insidious voices there where they sit in a place of power, but they're not seen as insane like a lot of the American commenters are. Like they look like very middle class, acceptable, like professions that give them respect. And from a not crazily Christian perspective, they try and use a secular approach.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that, honestly, has to do with the accent.
Yeah, but even within the UK, I was watching someone from the UK saying that that's how it's seen in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Where they're not quite as taken by the accents.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the reason I kind of pick on the whole accent thing is because even when you see kind of that cross-influence, the US to the UK and back and forth and this and that, sometimes conservatives in the US feel extra bolstered by far-right discussions from the UK because it's like, oh, but this man with a posh accent and a suit, like, he agrees with me. He's got the smart sound and voice.
Problem is they think, like, John Oliver's accent is posh. It's like, no. He has a poor area accent.
I love John Oliver.
Oh, me too.
Oh.
But, yeah, it's just kind of like any English accent that's not super rough Cockney. They're like, oh, yeah, it's posh. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've cited John Oliver more than once in, like, dating profiles. Where it's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, John Oliver. If you ain't him, just go away.
Nah. I'm sure there's plenty of John Oliver-ish folk around.
See, the problem is, like, if you try to be John Oliver, but you're not John Oliver, you're just awkward.
I like people with a political view who also are funny, able to make some jokes and approach it with comedy and seriousness. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You've just described us.
I'm John. I wish
We're
I
having
was
a
that funny.
Spartacus moment, aren't we?
Also, like, the TV, like, he has writers. He ain't, like, all that himself. Like the John Oliver you see a lot. It's not all him.
So first, you diss on Bowie. Now, you're dissing on my baby John Oliver.
Hey.
Next, you're going to say some shit about Tristan Harris, and I'm going to be like, get the fuck out of here.
I've seen him in interviews as well, and he's very much like that along the lines, but not everyone is that fast with the jokes.
Yeah. Especially not neurotypicals.
But hey, John Oliver, get in contact. Love to speak to you.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us all about it. Yay.
Oh, see, that's when you'll know we've really made it. When we can go, welcome to Thriving Between the Lines with special guest John Oliver.
Yeah.
There'll be some dude named John Oliver who we just, like, met at a bar or something.
Someone who just changed their name to that.
Yeah.
Anyone with two first names.
Yeah. I realized when I said the whole, like, Bowie, John Oliver, Tristan Harris thing, I'm really painting myself in these examples to be like someone who's just attracted to, like, white men, which is not the case. Because I was about to say, like, oh, you better not start saying something bad about Damien Haas now. It's like, hang on a minute, Leslie, what are you doing? You're misrepresenting yourself. Maybe because I'm staring at, like, a white dude.
Maybe. I'm just, like, setting off all your attraction to white men.
It's my RAS. It's like, oh, okay. There we go.
I mean, also the media is full of far more white men than others.
Yeah.
So
I am attracted to other people of other ethnicities and gender identities.
Oh, yeah.
Come at me.
Hey, there's all sorts of lovely bodies in the world.
Bodies are cool. I love that book so much. We should talk about that book someday.
Okay.
Anyway, so you're okay with Bowie's codpiece representation in Labyrinth now?
I am. Now I realize that all I wanted was a codpiece myself.
And now you've got a permanent one.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I love it.
Do you ever look at your penis and go, you remind me of the babe?
Hey, maybe I just need to make myself a Goblin King outfit.
Labyrinth branded condoms. I want one modeled after Ludo.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, you'd have to name them like Ludo and like
the worm.
Sir Didymus and yeah, the worm.
And then you could have a brand of like dental dams alongside, a one called Sarah Friend.
You could have textured ones called Hoggles.
Oh my god! And scented ones called Smells Bad. After the bog of eternal stench.
Well, that's the after.
Oh gosh! Oh yes, that's the Santorum edition. This might be my favorite footnote we've ever recorded. I am enjoying this immensely.
By the way I remember the name of male internal parts is like the surdidamus. Like, hang on. I had a little cartoon for it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, so I call the male anatomy the Sir Epididymus.
Oh yeah, is that so you don't like balls up your memory of the anatomy? Does it make a vast difference in how well you can remember these things?
It does. I'm not very good at wordplay.
Just go testicles.
Testicle, I don't have a trouble remembering. We are just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've come to realize that my quick wit is probably an autistic trait.
Yeah.
Because my brain is just like...
I wish I had the... So, apparently, I am still very slow. My intelligence is good,
yeah,
but my speed of processing is slow. And so I'm more funny in written form or a time where I've had to think.
Well, I'm on the first day of my period, so like my brain is starting to function properly again because #PMDD. And that's where the presentation of my neurodivergence definitely shifts at ovulation, at menstruation. Because again, not everyone on any particular point of the spectrum is the same. Everyone's journey is different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just very good at masking.
Yeah, same.
It was because I like people and talking and getting along. It's been my hyper focus a lot of my life is like learning how people work. And so I have a lot of skills to cover that up, but it drains me and could be big reasons towards my chronic fatigue.
Yeah.
So, got to work out a way to handle that.
Sitting back and watching Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Thanks, Meka.
Thanks, Leslie.
Bye.